What's something everyone should experience at least once in their life? 1. Contentment and security. Not necessarily full happiness, but satisfaction in your own life, and safety within it. Something that a great many of us don't actually have. 2. Being in love with someone who loves you back. It's crazy to think that I may never have that. I've loved and been loved, but not on a deep and mutual level, and I can't help but feel envious of my married friends. But I'm sure some of them say the same thing about being single. One of life's greatest misses. Cue single tear rolling down cheek. 3. A loving and supportive group of humans. I've been part of a community choir for the last year, and a few of us make a habit of going out for drinks after rehearsal. I've skipped several of our last outings because I've been struggling with depression and social anxiety, with my brain telling me things like I'm not part of this social circle, and I don't belong here. We had our concert for the season over the last weekend, and I decided to force myself to go out with the group afterwards. All those negative thoughts disappeared once I sat down with the group and started having real conversations with people. For the first time, I felt like I was actually forming some connections with everyone there. Yes, after a year, one of them is happy to come sit next to me and give me those comfort shoulder squeezes while making conversation, and I'm finding connections forming with several others. I feel so lucky to have some friends in my life again. So, yeah, this one is my answer to 4. I have 2. 1 is seeing a starry night sky. No clouds, no light pollution, just a beautiful night sky. Or better yet, the northern lights. 2nd is seeing the view from a mountain peak. People always talk about how ugly the world is, but I think these 2 things really remind you of how beautiful Earth is too. 5. Everyone should experience the joys of traveling to a foreign land at least once in their lifetime, even if it's just to realize how much they love their own toilet. Imagine discovering new cultures, cuisines, and the thrill of trying to communicate with locals using just charades in a phrase book. Trust me, it's a life-changing experience that'll give you a new appreciation for your home, and a killer accent to boot. 6. Even if it's only for a short period of time. Full financial independence, while being single. You can pay your own bills, you have your own place, and you have full freedom over your free time. Whether it's staying in and binge-watching Netflix, or going out and sitting amongst strangers, your time is your own. No kids, no spouse or significant other. I find this is when you really get to know and understand yourself. 7. Witnessing a total solar eclipse, totally life-changing. Even having a full understanding of what is happening, I totally get how people over the millennia would find this to be an omen from the gods. 8. On road trips through the Midwest, I play a game called Transition. It's where we try to find a cow in transition, which means the cow is either getting up or sitting down. Think about it. You always see cows sitting or standing. Have you ever seen a cow get up or sit down? Now go and have fun with that. Reddit. 9. As an American, an extended stay in a foreign country. Being stationed in Europe for several years was mind-blowing. You really cannot grasp the completely sheltered, ethnocentric bubble that we Americans live in until you are able to spend some extended time outside of it. Also, as an American, it is difficult to grasp how truly ancient Europe is, and similarly, I noticed that non-Americans have difficulty grasping how truly enormous America is. Hunting, fishing, gardening, gathering, whatever it takes to supply yourself with a food source, independently, for at least a few days. It really opens your eyes to the time and labor required to feed one person, let alone billions. It also makes you acutely aware of the delicate balance we live each day with food supplies. Experiencing a major sporting event in person. For me, the most important memorable ones were football, both European and American. I was fortunate enough to experience the World Cup in Germany and have been to several NFL games in the US. It is incredible to be in a massive arena with 80,000 other humans, feeling the energy, feeling the ground shake. It gives you a bit of insight to what it must have been like in the Roman heydays of the Colosseum. It also helps you to grasp the enormity of a natural disaster when you see what such a large number of people actually looks like. I could go on for days. Lol. I am Argentino, and dude, going to El Obelisco after we won the World Cup was something I will never forget. There were literally millions of people gathering in a singular place. Fucking amazing experience. 10. What it's like to work a busy shift at a restaurant. Can be any role, waiting tables, bussing, cooking, hosting. Everyone should have one evening where you are trying to serve and cater to dozens of people at once. You should know how it feels to bring someone the wrong dish, or spill a glass on someone. You should know how it feels to work hard and get no tip, get told to take something back like it's your fault. All the normal things that happen during a busy shift. By having that experience, you will have a permanently different view of going out to eat, and you will be a kinder, more accepting and patient customer. 11. Lying in the Arctic snow with a good suit. At night, looking up at the sky in total silence. I used to date a girl that lived on an island in the Arctic Circle in Norway, so there were no animals to make sounds, and no sun to make light. The sky was purple, not black, full of silver stars. Absolute life changer. 12. Military service. This coming from a conscript who has no choice but to serve because the country mandates it. You'd get to see a lot of new aspects of life and how difficult it is to be a soldier. Yet you learn many new stuff that will later be useful in life, or when you are tipsy at the dinner table. 13. Watching a meteor shower. Around July-August there is the Perseids meteor shower, which is amazing to watch. Sitting in your back garden or in a park field watching the stars on a warm, clear night is just so relaxing and calming. There are many other meteor showers throughout the year, but Perseids is the one that is most comfortable weather temperature-wise. Also stepping out on fresh snow in a snowstorm. Proper fluffy snow, not sleet, the little flakes. Personally, I love snow and frost, because when you look at it, it glitters in the light and makes everything feel magical, but there's something about the crunch of fresh snow that is just so satisfying. 14. A heavy hallucinogen at least once. You learn a lot about yourself and get a new perspective on the world. I'm gonna say no to this one. Sometimes people can get severe mental health issues after experimenting with hallucinogens. Some people have no issues, but it's hardly something everyone should try. Please don't take this as advice, but rather as a personal account that you can do whatever you like with. I have done shrooms a few times now. I've had one bad trip and 2 incredible trips. I am not going to lie to you. The bad trip was horrifying. The thing is, despite how terrible it was, there was still something oddly beautiful about it. I was seeing faces staring at me under my bed. The hallways of my apartment were stretching to seemingly infinite lengths. In the darkness, I could see shapes and patterns so complex that they had a certain eeriness to them. Eventually, I came out of it, as you always do, and it taught me something invaluable. This world, your world, is entirely reliant on your own perception. My bad trip turned the world into a dark, inescapable purgatory. What all of this made me realize is that I am unaware of what others' perceptions of the world are like, and I should therefore be more understanding of other people and their behavior. It just turned me into a far more caring, empathetic person. As for my good trips, oh boy, I could write you a novel on those. Once I learned how to let go and let the trip guide me, it became a whole new experience. Anyway, my point is that if you have the right mindset, even a bad experience on shrooms can be beneficial. This, of course, is only my experience, and depending on the kind of person you are, perhaps none of what I am saying may apply to you. Just my 2 cents. 15. First-rate men. Going to a gay bar. You realize very quickly how women feel from your playful flirting. Only differences. They can't just leave the bar. 16. Visiting, taking audience with a court. Specifically the lower-level courts. In the UK, this is magistrates. Not sure of the equivalent in other countries. It gives you such an appreciation for how the justice system functions, and the types of people who come through the court and the variety of cases. In 2 days viewing, I saw, among others, and being deliberately vague here, someone with an alcohol problem who admitted they become violent when drunk, but expressed genuine remorse for assault. They narrowly avoided a custodial sentence and were instructed to attend alcohol help sessions. An elderly gentleman who pleaded guilty to drunk driving. It was the first time they had ever been to court. A young man accused of a very serious crime. Their case went straight to higher courts. An elderly gentleman accused of a similarly serious crime. They protested their innocence strongly. Numerous driving under the influence of drugs offenses. Some aggravated, some mitigated. A veteran struggling with mental health charged with resisting arrest, among others. It was an eye-opener into how very rarely is a crime actually just for crime's sake. There's often an underlying cause. It also illustrated how, at least in the UK, The justice system here genuinely tries to rehabilitate and prevent recidivism. Plus, you get an appreciation for how hard our legal system works and how hard it tries to be fair and just whilst remaining useful, factual, and efficient. 17. Choking. In all seriousness, I was watching some movie in theater a month or two ago and snuck in a pack of combos. Fuck combos, never buying that shit again. But I was choking and it honestly took 30 to 40 seconds for me to realize that I was unable to quietly breathe through my nose. Because COVID, I didn't want to cough and bring attention to myself. So I sat there, then panic ensues. Luckily I was able to do a hearty cough and get it out. But holy shit, choking is no joke. Definitely opened my eyes to it. Spent an hour watching CPR videos with my family lol.